Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. This is my daughter Reagan, and we've got a situation today. It's like the hottest day of the year today, literally. And the guy that we buy hay from has decided he wants to deliver our round bales today, and we want to get him unloaded. And I can unload the first load. We're getting 20 round bales on 2 loads. Reagan is going to try to unload the second load, and I thought this would be a good chance for today to talk about how to unload a load of hay with a small compact tractor. So I'm going to go over today what to tell her what to do when she unloads this hay off this trailer. A couple of things. First off, if you're in a big open area unloading hay bales, put a bush hog or a box blade on the back of the tractor for counterbalance. We don't have room for that. We're going to be doing this on our yard. Always fasten your seat belt. How you get in trouble unloading hay bales is if you get a heavy one and you've got it high up in the air and it lifts the back end of the tractor up, you could be up in the air on the hood of the tractor, and we definitely don't want that. So fasten your seat belt, rev the tractor up. I like to keep my tractor revved up about 1500 RPM, and the higher you keep it revved up, the better your steering is going to work, and your power steering, like on my tractor, the power steering and the hydraulic lift share the same pump. So when you're lifting a weight and trying to steer, it gets really tough, which you'll find that out. But the higher you keep it revved up, the better that steering is going to work, but the faster the load's going to go up and down too, and it's kind of tough to feather. We have a double bale spike with 2 spikes at the bottom. You're going to go in as level as you can into the bale. And if you don't have a bucket level indicator, what's level down at the ground is not level up here because your loader goes up a radius, if that makes sense. So if you level it at the bottom and pick it up, the fork's going to be going up in the air. So what you want to do is most time your forks they've got a guard at the top that's flat. So you're going to watch that and have that flat. So you're going to drive up and really slowly go into the bales with those spikes.
Where do I put the spikes in the bale?
Okay, I like to put them down low, like maybe 8 to 10 inches, maybe a foot off the ground. Okay. I see people all the time put them in the middle, and you can do that, but you have less area to lift up with your travel of your loader. So I put them down low and get in, and I like to get it in all the way if I can. And if you're pushing the bale, remember if they're too wide, you're pushing the one on the other side, you're trying to push it off the edge. And where we're going to be unloading, if one gets off and starts rolling, it could be bad. So get in. If you're pushing the bale, you've got your forks at the wrong angle, and just look at your top, and go into it, and then lift it up, and you don't lift it way off of the floor of the bed, just up enough to back up, and then back up. And then when you let it down, if you let it straight down like this, because of the radial nature of your loader, you might drop it off the end. Not likely, but you could. So I like to kind of slowly tilt it up, and feathering a joystick is really tough. It tends to jerk when you're learning to use it, but you want to raise it up, back off, clear the bed, and then drop it down, and then raise it up, and then drop it down, and get it just a little off the ground and take it where you want to. I think that's all I need to tell you.
What is the most dangerous thing that could happen while this is going on, and how do I prevent or get out of that situation?
The worst thing I could think of happening is the butt end of the tractor 3 foot off the ground, cool. and you're pivoting up on the front wheels of the tractor. And then your tendency is to cram that joystick forward and drop everything down, and you don't want all that weight coming down on the back axle of the tractor. You could break it. So keep your hand on the joystick. You'll feel, especially what we're doing here, I think you're going to feel the back end of the tractor kind of light. And so keep your hand on that joystick, and if the front end starts coming up, let the bale down as easy as you can. Your instinct is to drop it, but let it down. Even if it hits the trailer or wedges in the trailer, it'll at least stop you, and you can adjust and move.
So take everything just really slow
Really
and
slow.
steady. Okay.
Now, in this situation, we're going to be in two-wheel drive. Normally I would, in most loader work, I like to be in four-wheel drive, but we're going to be backing off and then making a sharp turn. And if you're four-wheel drive would make it a little easier for traction, but I don't think you're going to need it. We got a 40 horse tractor with 1,600 pound lift capacity, and it's up high, so you every foot up you lose lift capacity, so it's not that much up high, and with no weight on the back of it, you're going to feel real light, but I think you're going to be okay and you're going to be able to get back. But bear in mind, if you lift the back end off the ground, your drive wheel is just going to be going around, and then you have to be in, then you'd have to shift in four-wheel drive and get back.
Okay.
Are you excited?
I guess. We'll see.
Oh, well, one last thing. On this trailer and with this tractor, you can pick all of the bales off one side. It really slows you down if you have to go into the bale on this side and then drive around the trailer and get into the bale from the other side. With our tractor, it's got those curved booms, and that puts the weight out further, which is kind of a disadvantage, but it also puts the forks out further. And so I think we'll be able to get the one side bale off and then go clear across the floor of the truck bed or the gooseneck bed and get the other bale and lift it up and back.
Okay.
So let's go see how she does. Yep. All right, we're back. Hay's unloaded. Reagan's an experienced hay unloader.
All in one piece.
And so, what'd you think? What'd you learn? What do people that watch the channel need to know?
When I did it, it wasn't as slow and steady. What he said about it jerking around because the RPMs are pushed up to 1,500 definitely was the truth. The hay guy probably was like, what is going on here? Because we're going around the
How were you going again? Yeah.
which you'll see in the B-roll. But it was good. I definitely think next time, I picked the back end of the tractor up briefly, but that was because I was jerking it.
How did that feel? That's kind of an exciting feeling.
It felt like I was on a horse that was getting out of control.
Okay.
But we got her done. After I picked the back end up, I just took a moment and just was like, okay. And it was really slow after that.
By the 10th bale, were you comfortable?
A little more. The power steering, it's way harder to steer.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think it was harder because we were in a tight space too, but I think I could do it again and be fine. I was fine. I think it'll take some practice to not look as crazy while doing it, but...
It's just like anything else. The more you do it, the easier it is. And I'd say if you did it again, you'd be a lot smoother than you were this time.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be lots of tips for me in the comments as well.
We'll read them all.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
thanks for watching.
Thank you.